Hey everybody, I'm Andrew. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a PC case from Musetex. Not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but that's what I'm going with. This is model number 903S6 to be specific. It's a mid-tower case. It includes two 4mm glass panels on the front and the side. It has 6 pre-installed RGB fans in the controller. If this is a case that grabbed your attention, you like the looks of it, and you're thinking about it for your next PC build, stick around. I'm going to take a look at all its features, functions, pull it apart, do a quick PC build, and then I'll give you my final thoughts and opinions for me on it. Let's get to it. And to get the side panel off, there's just 4 screws here you undo. Just kind of slide it off. And there is no protection on the inside of the glass, it appears. I can already see a couple scratches. So it looks like this case does support up to eATX down to mini ITX. Again, it's got 6 RGB fans in it. They're all pre-mounted for you. 120mm. We'll take a look at those fans, see how they perform. It does have a RGB controller in the basement here. We'll take a look at that. So the front panel has just another 4 front mounted screws. You just give it kind of a swift, firm pull and it comes off. It's just these kind of friction mounted posts. The case doesn't have a front filter on it, but it's kind of filtered on the side. These holes are really the only place where air can get through. It's not like really a sealed seam there, but that's going to be where the majority of the airflow comes through on the side. But once those screws are out, you can pop this glass out. And again, there is no protection on the inside there. That one doesn't, I don't see any obvious scratches on it. And there is no rubberized mount on the front here. The screws do have a rubber washer on it. The front panel has power LED, hard drive LED, a speaker jack, microphone jack, 2 USB 2.0 ports it looks like, and 1 USB 3.0, power, a reset, a light control switch, and it does look like it has a little knockout for USB-C. Does have a top magnetic filter. The filter on the bottom is fairly standard of cases like this, where it just kind of slides out. So the specifications for this do not allow for a top mounted radiator. It only shows it being the front, and the specification is 240mm or a 280mm in the front, or a rear 120. To get the back panel off, it's just 2 screws on the side, and then that kind of slides off there. And it's just kind of hooked in. Very little cable management to speak of, but that's kind of common in cases, of this level here. Yeah, there's some points for clips and ties, things like that, but there's nothing fancy on the rear of this. So your storage options on this case, you get mount points for 3 2.5-inch SSD drives. There are no sleds for them. Basically, just these mounting holes right here are what you're going to mount those on. Just set it up, line it up, screw it in. You get room for 3 of them there. For 3.5-inch drives, you get 2 bays for that, and that's this area right down here, kind of in the front. But the instructions, I had to look it up because there's no sleds for these, and it even tells you in here, we do not provide the 3.5 drive tray. So you'll have to hunt those down. I'll try to put a link in the description below where you might get those. I'm not sure if Musetex makes that. I'll have to do a little bit of research. You cannot remove this drive cage. It is riveted in. All right, let's do a quick build and we'll see what it looks like. All right, there you have it. There's the Musetex 903S6 PC case. I was able to get it built, no problem. It's got a number of things about it that I don't like. I'll go over those real quick. The first one being the clearance from the motherboard to the top fans. It's non-existent. It's right up against it, and you got to get creative with your cabling. The SSD mounting options, terrible in my opinion. That sits on the motherboard back plate, and the book shows it going in the front. I really hated that, just getting cables, trying to wrap it around there, just looked terrible. So I put it on the back, which it doesn't show, but I was able to get it done. Cable management as a whole, non-existent in this case, and it's one of the worst cases I've worked on as far as that goes. It is super tight in there. Other than that, it's overall just a generally cheap case. Where it does shine really good is once you do get it all together, it looks great. The fans control good. It's got the button on the top that you can change the lighting sequences, mounted it up, or connected it to the ASRock controller on the motherboard. That works great. And you don't get any real speed control on the fans. The temperatures were okay in there on some Cinebench testing. Got a few degrees difference taking the front panel off, so I mean this obviously does impact airflow, but it was nothing to the extreme where it would cause me any problems. I wouldn't have concern with it. On some higher performance equipment, maybe. So anyways, my final thought on this is, would I recommend this to you? There are better cases out there for sure. So really the only reason to do this case is if there's something specific about the look of this that you just got to have. It does look sharp, but of course if you dig under the covers you're going to see the problems that it has. So that would be my final thought on it. Is don't pay much for it. If there are just better options out there. So all right, I hope that helps you out. Feel free to ask me any questions that you have. If I missed something that was important to you, I'll be happy to answer those in the comments below. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.